VMWare monitoring in Pandora FMS with Discovery. Welcome to Pandora FMS channel. In this video we will show you how to monitor VMware environments using Discovery. First, we will briefly explain what Discovery is. Discovery Server provides a set of tools to simplify monitoring through wizards. One of these wizards is Discovery Applications, which allows monitoring MySQL environments, Oracle, or the one we deal with in this case, VMware. The first thing we will do is check that the Discovery server is enabled to be able to do this monitoring. It is by default in the installation from the ISO, but we can access etc Pandora server conf and check it. Access the web console and follow this path to access the VMware application, Discovery Applications VMware. Once here, you will see a series of fields that you have to configure to carry out the monitoring. First thing, you have the task name, which is the name that you will give to this task. The Discovery Server field indicates the server that will perform the monitoring task. Next, you have VMware's own fields. Data Center User, which is the user of the VMware server that you're going to use. This user must have at least read permissions. In the next field, add the IP of the vCenter. And then add the data center name, which is the name of the VMware server, which you can find in the administration screen of the VMware installation. Then enter the password of the local user that you're going to use and decide if you will enable password encryption by clicking on Encrypt Passwords. Once these fields are completed, define the monitoring interval. It can be manual or defined. That is, you will execute it every time you want it, or you will set a time for it to get done automatically. Finally, select a group you want your agents to be associated with for better environment structuring. Once this information is completed, go to the next part of the task configuration. Now a screen with optional settings will open. The first field allows you to set the number of threads that the VMware monitoring script will use to speed up data collection. On the right side, we see three options that allow firstly to retry forwarding in case of error. If this option is not enabled, the information of the agents detected and sent by XML to the data server will not be sent again in case of failure. Secondly, the option to enable event-based monitoring of the VMware vCenter. And finally, the option to enable VMware-defined virtual network device monitoring. You may also define rescanning in this interval, also set by default. The box at the end will give you the possibility to add extra options in text mode, among which we can include, for example, scanning entities, renaming them, or discarding them. Although this section offers more possibilities that you can see in the specific section of Pandora FMS Wiki to add them and customize it to your liking. Once you have added the extra features, click Finish to finish off. Now that the task is created, you will find it in Discovery Task List and it will appear with a series of actions that you can perform on it. See its status, see a map with all VMware devices, edit the task, and delete it. We're going to see one of the agents created when doing this monitoring, to see the models that would have been created. We will see, for example, the following agent, where there's a series of modules that give information about the VMware's data store. Among the data collected, there's the assigned data store capacity, the free percentage, or that same percentage in bytes. Finally, we will use the VMware view to graphically see our monitoring on our infrastructure. To see it, go to Monitoring VMware View. Here you can see the modules and their status for the data center, data store, host, and virtual machines. You also have 4 charts showing the top 5 virtual machines that have the most CPUs, network, memory, and provisioning. In the Options section, you will find a configuration board where you can set the dashboards and maps options. Here you can adjust the view thresholds of the dashboard graphs or the default map view settings. The next icon will show a map with all the VMware architecture. Thus, you will see the elements of the VMware architecture with different icons that identify them, in addition to the status of the Pandora FMS agents that represent each element. Also, the relationship between virtual machines, ESX, and data center is shown. That way, at a glance, you can see the state of the VMware architecture in a very simple way. In this section, you also have a drop-down menu with options that help improve architecture display by hiding elements, increasing the font size, and allowing you to zoom in to see the elements more closely. The last view in this section allows you to see the performance parameters of each ESX host. In this view, you can choose an ESX host for which a dashboard will be loaded showing the status of the host and virtual machines, as well as performance metrics related to CPU, memory, disk, and memory usage from the ESX host. In addition, this view also offers graphs that show the virtual machines that consume the highest amount of resources of the selected host. That was it for today. We hope you found it useful to understand how to monitor Discovery VMware. Any questions or suggestions you may have, you can leave them in the comments below or ask directly through our website. And don't forget it, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you can contact us to get a free 30-day trial. See you soon, bye!